Hello, thank you for joining the 13th Annual Integrity Awards. My name is Michael. I'm an integrity mentor here at the Academic Integrity Office, and I've been given the privilege of introducing our integrity champions this year. And we are now ready to begin. We would like to begin with an opening remark from Executive Vice Chancellor Elizabeth Simmons.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to join in welcoming you to the 13th Annual Integrity Awards, celebrating Triton champions of academic, professional, and personal integrity. Integrity is essential to UC San Diego. It underlies our common values and our excellence as a university community. Building a welcoming and inclusive environment requires us to act with dignity and respect toward all. Our ability to break boundaries and discover innovations is predicated on transparency and fairness. Academic and research endeavors are based on truthfulness and dependability. As you will hear from our speakers and honorees, these values may come under pressure in times of hardship, but the courage to uphold honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and responsibility in the face of adversity is the very definition of integrity. I would like to congratulate and extend a special thanks to this year's award recipients for all they have done to promote an environment where all Tritons are empowered to do the right thing, even when it is not the easy thing to do. This year's honorees represent Tritons who have led by example, consistently maintaining principles of integrity in challenging situations when it mattered most to fellow university community members. Now it is my pleasure to return the floor to our host to start the program and introduce our award recipients.
We would like to extend our thanks to Executive Vice Chancellor Simmons for her remarks. Now we would like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. James Antony, Dean of the Graduate Division.
Thank you, Michael. Congratulations to the two graduate students who are receiving awards today. We are very proud of them, and I believe this is the first time we've ever had two graduate students win this award. So it's really an honor for me to be here to say a few words. I actually want to say a few words, as the EVC has just done, about how I see integrity and its relationship to the work we do at universities. Integrity is often spoken about as an essential feature of effective leadership, and I think we can all agree that, in fact, it is. I also define integrity as several additional things. To me, it's mostly about honesty and being guided by an ethical compass. I also think there are other related dimensions, however. For example, believing it is our moral imperative to do right by others, and also having the drive to seek truth and to promote the truth. Now, I'm happy to work at a university because to me, the last dimension, the drive to seek and promote truth, is in fact the ideal of the university's mission. But now, more than ever, the pursuit and promotion of truth is being threatened all over the world. I think part of why universities sometimes find themselves under attack is because they are the few remaining locations where this integrity-driven work of truth-seeking and truth promotion is vigorously conducted, even when it's not popular. This work is hard, and it is often work that speaks to or confronts power. As a result, this work, the truth-seeking and the promotion work of truth, at the university, it can be unpopular when it unveils things in our society that perhaps are unethical or that are morally suspect or that simply might not be supported by evidence. And as the EVC has said, it's easy to buckle under pressure or to hide behind the fear of being castigated for being a truth seeker or a truth promoter, or being an institution that seeks and promotes the truth. But the university should never stop being a place where we are all able to seek and promote the truth. The university should never compromise its ethics in order to appease what might be politically or socially popular at any given time. I believe doing this is what will advance our collective interests as a society and, in the long run, preserve and improve our democracy. I've said publicly in other settings that we are all fortunate to work in a state where certain truths are not in dispute, such as the truth that we are strengthened, not diminished by our diversity, or that science, when pursued ethically and responsibly, actually has answers that can save lives during a pandemic, or that the voices of the unheard or the ignored should be amplified rather than silenced. Being a place of integrity, in my mind, requires us to occupy uncomfortable and sometimes contested spaces, and to do so together. It requires us to debate one another, but to do so with an eye toward finding deeper truths that can improve the human condition. And I think this is what really defines how most, if not all, of our graduate students pursue their daily work and their training. We're lucky to have such amazing, passionate, smart graduate students among us at this fine university. And I believe these two graduate student award recipients are exemplary in their pursuit of the ideals for which the university stands. And for this, I applaud them and I congratulate them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dean Antony. Now, before we head to our Integrity Champions, we would like to recognize this year's first place winner and runner-up of the annual Choose Integrity Art Contest. We would like to congratulate Hanako Primer, who has been chosen for first place with her piece titled True Growth, as well as our runner-up, Jianming Wang, with his piece titled The Triton Way, Choosing Integrity. Both pieces will be uploaded to our website after the ceremony. Please take a closer look when you have the chance. And the chat is open if you would like to express your congratulations to Hanako and Jianming. And once again, congratulations to this year's first place and runner-up for the annual Choose Integrity Art Contest. Now we will hear from Julia Corno, President of the Graduate and Professional Student Association.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today as we celebrate Gregory Patchell and Hema Kopale for their important contributions to integrity and ethics in the UC San Diego community. My name is Julia Corno, and I currently serve as the president of the Graduate and Professional Student Association. I'm so thrilled that both students selected this year are a part of the graduate student community, a first, as Dean Antony mentioned. And I just want to say I've actually had the honor of working alongside Hema in my work at GPSA, and I'm so happy that her excellence is being recognized in this way. So I've been asked to say a few words today about the role graduate students have in upholding the values of integrity and ethics at UC San Diego. My own work lies in the intersection between bioethics, disability rights and justice, and democratic theory. So integrity and ethics are concepts I think about a lot from a more theoretical standpoint. And as scholars, researchers, and academics, graduate students have a huge impact on the presence of integrity in our academic community. Graduate students often have to deal with tough issues regarding integrity and ethics in their capacity as teachers and teaching assistants. We serve as the first line of defense against cheating and plagiarism at the undergraduate level, but this can be a difficult responsibility to carry out. As TAs, we often are more closely exposed to the hardships that our undergraduate students experience. In some cases, such as attendance or participation, it can be a struggle to find a way to meet an undergraduate student's proclaimed need for leniency while still upholding the rigorous academic standards the university asks of us. We often invest so much of our time and effort into our undergraduate students, leading discussion sections, holding office hours, and answering emails in a timely manner, that it can at times feel like a personal disappointment to see a student's essay flagged by Turnitin or to discover that it was almost entirely written by ChatGPT. Yet we continue to uphold those standards not only because of course it is required of us, but also because we collectively believe in the academic endeavor that the university stands for. And we do not want to see the importance of that endeavor eroded away by individual failures to uphold these important standards. Of course, graduate students also produce research that often goes on to heavily influence policy, medicine, finance, the arts, and so much more, not to mention the intersection of all these fields. There is enormous pressure on graduate students to produce not just results, but interesting results, novel results, groundbreaking results, even results that will change the course of human history. Indeed, novelty is essentially required for a successful dissertation or thesis. And this pressure has led, maybe more often than we would like to think, to some heeding the siren's call of falsifying data, plagiarism, mistreatment, or abuse of human research participants or animal subjects, and otherwise bending the rules of integrity and ethics just to try to assure their own success. It's commendable that so many graduate students, such as Hema and Gregory, who we celebrate today, hold each other up to the standards that integrity and ethics require of us to ensure that their research is truly in service of the greater good rather than individual gain. Only by strictly adhering to those standards can we as researchers and academics, as explorers of new frontiers and ideas, ensure that we have done our part to ensure that our work will do good. Finally, I want to highlight how graduate students often elaborate and expand on what integrity and ethics require of us by engaging with matters of social justice and inequity through the questions they pose, the interdisciplinary methods with which they may carry out their research, the communities they decide to partner with, the previous work they decide to acknowledge in their literature reviews, and the ways in which they challenge the PIs or faculty they work with. Graduate students often ensure the research being conducted at this university transcends what ethics may require of us and instead meet what justice asks of us. Academic integrity and ethics are only the first steps on that long arc toward justice, and I'm so proud of Gregory and Hema for helping us take them. Thank you and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much, Julia. Now it's time for us to present our 2023 Integrity Champions. We'd like to introduce our first Integrity Champion, Hema Kopale. In her nomination, Hema has been called a force for change at UCSD over the last few years, with 2022 being an especially strong year of making a difference across campus. During the 2021 to 2022 academic year, Hema took it upon herself to raise awareness of major challenges graduate students face here at UC San Diego, regularly having tough conversations about the particularly vulnerable position that graduate students might find themselves in if they are being bullied or harassed by those with more power than they have. As the VP of Equity and Diversity within the Graduate and Professional Student Association, Hema helped create the foundation of work that would eventually become the Bullying and Harassment Advocacy Committee, as well as an emergency psychological co-response program now called Triton Core, which is being piloted this quarter. In honor of her volunteer work for integrity and ethics and the courage it took to take on that work, we are pleased to present Hema Kopale as a 2023 Integrity Champion.
Curiosity and creativity are integral to research. I study the molecular effects of acute and chronic stress. When faced with a stressor, typical maintenance functions are paused to respond to the crisis. But chronic stress is different. When there is no escape from the toxic environment, there is no recovery period, and this leads to disease. This applies to people too. Graduate students and other trainees feel they must stay silent and endure, or otherwise risk disrupting their path to employment. In that case, this is not a healthy ethical environment in which their curiosity and creativity can thrive. In 2021, I started the UCSD Bullying and Harassment Advocacy Committee that would support students trapped in abusive environments. My thesis will be done by the time significant change is made, but addressing bullying and harassment in the academy is still worth doing. It's not my job to create administrative change, but I know if I don't do something, who will? We are obligated to each other and to all future academics to create healthy, ethical work environments in which all members can thrive.
My name is Hema Kopale, and I choose integrity.
Again, congratulations to Hema Kopale for being one of our 2023 Integrity Champions. The chat is open if you would like to express your congratulations to Hema. And for our next Integrity Champion, we would like to introduce
Curiosity and creativity.
And for our next integrity champion, we would like to introduce Gregory Patchell. Since the 2021 academic year, Greg has served on the Academic Integrity Review Board as a graduate panelist, volunteering countless hours every quarter to review and decide allegations of academic misconduct. When asked about his time serving together with Greg on the Academic Review Board, Professor Brian Lee said, "He is compassionate, he is empathetic, he sees things from both perspectives, then applies policy as written." Greg does this not once, not twice, but multiple times a quarter, quarter after quarter. Following this, his nomination says, "It is Greg's unrelenting work ethic, commitment to integrity, commitment to the faculty, commitment to the students, and his commitment to equity that actually makes the sausage and facilitates the academic integrity process to a conclusion for numerous cases here at UCSD. In honor of his volunteer work committed to ensuring the integrity of our UC San Diego degrees, we are pleased to present Gregory Patchell as a 2023 Integrity Champion."
In my first semester of college, I struggled with a challenging computer science course. I was hopelessly stuck on a difficult assignment, so I went to a friend for help. I asked them to show me their code to get an idea of how to solve one of the problems. They refused. Instead, they told me that would be cheating, and we had a chat about general strategies for the problem. I might not have realized it fully then, but my friend helped me choose integrity. I believe that it is part of my duty to pay it forward and help the next generation of students choose integrity too. As a graduate student panel member of the university's Academic Integrity Review Board, I have the opportunity to not just teach students about the consequences of academic dishonesty, but to help them choose integrity in the future. Our society can't function without trust and fairness. If everyone is cheating to get the grade, degree, job, or the next big thing, then dishonesty becomes normalized. So why do I choose integrity? I choose integrity because I follow the great peers and mentors who practice integrity every day and left a lasting impression on me. I aspire to do the same for those who look up to me. My name is Greg Patchell, and I choose integrity.
Congratulations to Gregory Patchell for being our second 2023 Integrity Champion. The chat is open if you would like to express your congratulations to Greg.
In my first semester of
Hema and Greg demonstrate for us that it is possible to champion integrity and ethics no matter how challenging the task or context. Thank you to both Hema and Greg for this reminder. And now, some closing remarks from Executive Vice Chancellor Simmons.
Thank you again to everyone for joining us today, and congratulations once more to this year's award recipients. My deep appreciation to our speakers as well. The stories we've heard today have been thought-provoking and inspiring, and it makes me proud to be part of a university that insists on standing up for what is right. Good evening.
Once again, we would like to thank all of you for joining us and fostering a culture of integrity here on campus. Before we wrap up, we'd like to extend our thanks to our speakers, Executive Vice Chancellor Simmons, Dean James Antony, and GPSA President Julia Corno. We'd also like to thank the nominators, endorsers, and selection committee members who enabled us to recognize this year's champions, as well as the students who submitted to our Choose Integrity contest and the committee who helped select the winners. And of course, we could not have done this without all of those in the UC San Diego community who support and choose integrity on our campus every day. Thank you for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing all of you at next year's Integrity Awards.